Beer Cafe Nomad, and I am here with Mark Strubend. So we're talking about Belgian beer, which is a favorite, but people may not know enough about it. So what qualifies something to be a Belgian beer? Does it just have to come from Belgium?
It's not just have to come from Belgium, it also may be made in a certain way, served in a particular way, and also taste in a particular way. Now the great thing about Belgian beers, we have something for everybody. Whatever flavor you can think of, but we also use different ingredients. We use different types of grain, malted, unmalted, we do these different fermentations.
So for the overview, if you say Belgian beer style to someone, can that be an overarching theme, or are there so many styles that there's no
It's a bit like saying French wine style. Okay, it's very regional, there's different ones, and it's very regional as well and very historical. We have styles have been around since the 15th century, 14th century.
So where do we begin if we want to learn about the different, largest styles of Belgian beers that we should know about?
Now the easiest way to approach Belgian beer is think wine. If you all know the system with wine, you have your white wine, red wine, your rosé. Do the same with the Belgian beer. So we have our blonde beers, we have our white beers, amber, dark and flavor beers.
What is the first example of a type of beer that we're going to look at today?
Obviously, a great way to start is the Belgian lager. Still, everyone knows this one. And what's unique about the Belgian lager is that instead of a pilsner, it doesn't stay bitter, sweet, dry. It's got the upfront, a malty sweetness, it's got a crisp hoppiness and a dry finish. But then you can move to your lighter beers. You've got different white beers. The Hoegaarden, unfiltered beer, different from the German Hefeweiss, made with unmalted wheat, seasoned with coriander and some oil zest. It's got a fruity lemony flavor and a spicy finish.
And so, would you say that the lighter style of beer is the most famous for people outside of Belgium? I mean, the Hofgaarden, the Stella Artois, those are kind of the most familiar.
These are the most familiar and also the easy go-to. We also have the Leffe beers, which are our Abbey beers. So we've got a blonde and a dark. And these are more smooth and medium-bodied beers, easy to drink.
If you were saying, okay, I've had a Stella, I'd like to try something in the same style, but maybe a little less familiar, what would you recommend?
I would go to step up to the blonde beers we have. So we have our medium blonde beers, which then goes up to the triples. And triples means that's actually an alcohol group. So you have a single, extra, triple, which means it's a little bit higher alcohol, a little bit more complex, and that ranges from the Abbey beers, but also the Trappist beers. And these are beers which are still brewed by or under strict control of the Trappist monks.
Right. So let's talk about the Trappist beers, because I think people like to have that image of like the monks toiling away. What are the Trappist Belgian beers?
But we only have 6 in Belgium. Trappist is actually not a style. Like wine, it's an appellation of controlled origin. The only thing we know is they are brewed by or strict control of the Trappist monks and must be brewed within the walls of the Trappist monasteries.
But they can brew any style.
They can brew any style. So we've got an Orval, which is more, and I call it the Belgian Trappist IPA. Because everything that ticks the box in that is amber, it's got hoppies, but then you have the Chimay, the Rochefort, and the Westmalle, it's more darker. And these are more brown ales, they're not stouts. And often compare this to a medium rare steak. So you have on the outside nicely toasted on the outside, but inside's got that juicy sweetness as well.
But outside of that category, when you get into some of the amber and darker ales, what are the beers that we should be looking at?
One of them, and it's very iconic for Belgium, is the Point beer. And this comes in a special unique mini yard of ale glass.
The styles of different glassware for Belgian beer is extensive. So is it that each beer goes with a glass, or should lighter beers be served in certain types of glasses? Like, how do you know?
Every beer in Belgium, and the latest count I did, we have 1,500 different beers. Each one of them has its own unique glass. And it will affect the aroma, therefore it will affect the taste as well. Also depending on whether we pour the beer on draft or bottled. So in Belgium we're very particular about that.
So really it just goes with each brand. There's no rule about if it's dark or it's light.
It's all about functionality. How can we make the beer smell as best, taste as best, and drink as best as well?
So it's hyper specific.
Absolutely.
And so let's go back to the darker beers. What other beers are we recommending?
So we have our Flemish brown ales, and these fall under the sours. And what is a sour? And it's a little bit of confusion out there because we have 3 different types of sours.
Of course you do.
So the Flemish brown, all brown or sour, is actually a hybrid beer. So we make a dark brown ale with water which is very high in minerals, and then we allow it to go sour.
So with so many options to choose from, if someone was going to say, okay, I'm going to have 3 beers and really try, what would you recommend for someone getting started to really get an overview, since there are thousands of beers to choose from?
Well, for me, always the best thing to do is start off light, get the juices going, cleanse their palate, work your way up.
Right.
And then you can work up a little bit high in alcohol, a little bit more full body to it sort of thing. And then you can either go two ways. You can either go extremely high in alcohol, when you have your after dinner beer, the digestive beer, or go for some lighter refreshing, like the fruit beers we have. We have a strawberry beer, we have pumpkin beer, and we have cherry beer, so it's either way you can go.
And are all Belgian fruit beers lambics, or is lambic in its own category?
Lambic is in its own category. That's actually the third sour. Okay, what is the third sour? It's 100% natural or spontaneous fermentation. So they allow Mother Nature to do its work. So you just let your beer exposed to air. Air contains wild yeast bacteria, and it will start that natural fermentation.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for teaching us even the very base overview of the large category that is Belgian beers. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.